this new regulatory framework that's coming in, it's providing reassurance to both consumers and to companies as to how to properly go about their business in order to be within, regulations, do things properly, best practice. What are the other benefits that MiCA is going to bring to the Web3 industry?
There are a number of significant benefits. They can go from harmonization, consumer protection. Yeah, there's too many to mention. I mean, what we talk about Europe at the minute is, I mentioned about the 27 EU members of state. They've all got different rules and regulations in that jurisdiction. What Europe is trying to enable an enabler for firms to do business across the continent. They haven't got to be worried about different rules and regulations, the cost implications of doing so, the layers of complexity. They're trying to, that harmonization is a massive benefit it will bring to the industry. That's not to say that countries still can't gold plate, but yeah, 99% of the rules will be across the continent, and that's going to be a massive benefit for not only the firm, but the consumer as well.
Do you think you'll see a large inflow of money into the Web3 space as soon as MiCA is properly fully rolled out, both institutional and consumer?
I really do. I don't think it'll happen instantaneously. I think people are going to want to see these things embedded and firms adhering to the rules. But I do think there'll be a lot more institutional money. I think there'll be more retail money coming in. I think the assurance MiCA will bring, it will undoubtedly do so. Yes.
For a project like ours, Mark, we are a hybrid. We're bridging the gap between the traditional finance space and the decentralized finance space as such. Not too much DeFi, but more sort of decentralized governance as much as possible with the traditional banking regulatory space. For us, we massively welcome these regulations, don't we? Because it's going to, not only are we already going to be trying to operate as much as possible in the regulatory space, so this is just an add-on for us as to, it makes the combination of what we're doing with the banking regulations easier, isn't it?
It does. I mean, that's a good flag there, because obviously we're going to be obtaining a banking license at the same time, and obviously the rules and regulations are very onerous. But we've never been scared of regulations. We like you said before, we welcome them. We want to make sure that we want to be best in class. We want to show firms how to roll out regulations, and you'll see that if people read our white paper, we've taken great strides in developing that, reading the consultation papers. We're just doing some fine tuning to it to make sure that it adheres to every regulatory requirement. But we take these things very seriously, and that's what I think we're good at. We're not only these new regulations. There's going to be many firms who haven't gone through the regulatory handbook in yesteryear. We've had in a team, we've had people who've gone through multi-jurisdiction regulations.
That's true. Like, just adopting more regulations, for us, it's easier because we're already used to having to abide by regulations, having to read regulations, understand them, try to implement them into what we're doing, and take them from what they're saying to what it means in practice.
Yes.
Whereas firms that have never worked with regulations are not used to it. This is new for them. This is, wow, we thought we were outside the regulations. We thought we were working in this lovely Wild West space, as some firms, wanted to be. Oh, we don't want to go near regulators. That's not how the world works. You're not going to be able to escape the regulators entirely. To suddenly, there's regulations here now we have to adhere to, otherwise we could get in trouble. And they're not used to being able to implement them.